Today we have with us Arne Postma, the CIO of AppMachine. So AppMachine, just to give you some context, is a startup based in Holland, and they are into a business that's radically exciting for all of us, especially because mobile is the future and mobile is the present, right? A lot of us deal a lot with resellers, uh, sub-resellers, and customers who want to know mobile-friendly websites, who want their websites to be responsive. And a lot of time it takes a lot of development effort. And building a mobile app requires someone to gain a separate stack of technical skills. But with App Machine, all that is going to go away. And App Machine is going to be the single biggest shot that you can get, your reseller business can get, where you can service all your customers, all your clients' questions and requests for mobile apps. And it's not even platform dependent. You can build your apps on Windows, on iOS, and on Android, right? So, like I said, we are very, very excited to bring this product on our platform. We expect to have it on the OtterBox platform very soon. But before that, this should be the best opportunity for all of you to start getting acquainted with the product and see how best you can utilize it for your business. So, I will be handing over to Arne Postma, as I earlier mentioned, and feel free to start jabbing your questions on the chat and on the questions section, and we will take up a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So over to you, Arne.
Yes, thank you, Kartik, for the introduction, and welcome everyone. Thank you for taking the time to attend this webinar about AppMachine. Today I'm going to introduce you to our platform and talk about why we believe we can be of value for your business. I have put a little agenda for today, and please note that at the end I have a special offer for all those who attended, so please stick around. And also we will have a Q&A at the end of the session. If you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to put them in the chat. We have several people watching and can answer your questions already. If we don't get to it, we can also discuss it in the end. So AppMachine, we are AppMachine. AppMachine was founded in 2011 by Dutch serial entrepreneur Sibran Dijkstra, and we went developing for about 2 years, after which we released the first version of AppMachine in 2013 in Barcelona at the Mobile World Conference. And in 2014 we were joined by Endurance International Group, a US-based company. Today we have over 200,000 users on our platform and growing. Now, as you all already know, the world is changing, and especially the mobile world is changing at a very rapid pace. Mobile usage and growth in traffic has been exploding for the past few years, and it still is, with even more than 50% of the adults already saying that they use their mobile devices to go look for SMBs and look for business. Now, many of the SMBs recognize this and are also convinced that they also need to move to mobile, but the problem is that a lot of them are not using mobile-friendly technology yet. So the question is, what's keeping them? What's holding them back? To put it very shortly, the costs are simply too high. You have to master several areas of expertise. I mean, you need developers to build an app for every specific platform that you can think of. So if you want to have an iPhone app, you will have to have an iPhone developer. And the same goes for Android. The same goes for Windows Phone as well. Not to mention all the project management that you need around it. And whichever way you put it, it's a costly process. So we found a solution on our platform. We built AppMachine to get rid of all those problems, because we already done a lot of the work for you. So we have built, we have looked at the apps and we have looked at the functionalities most of the apps contain, and we have built pre-configured blocks for you already. So this means that you don't need to be a developer to be able to build an app yourself. It can even be done if by marketing departments or individuals. Now, as you can see and as you can imagine, once you have the ability to do that, you can build app for many different verticals, and that's exactly what's been happening on our platform for the past few years, and it's growing at a daily basis as well. So we see more and more verticals being developed on our platform. Now, I'm going to show you a demo later on in this presentation, and I will look at a few of these apps, but as you can see, you can build really gorgeous apps with it. Now, how does this apply to you? Your customers are probably already asking you for mobile solutions, and sometimes perhaps you already have a designer in-house, but you don't have a developer. Or the other way around, you have a developer but you don't have a designer, or you don't have any of them. Perhaps you're a business working on your own and you would want to offer your customers also the mobile solutions before they start looking for another company, and you lose them. So adding mobile technology to your portfolio of services could get you a higher customer retention. Customers can also stay with you. Now, to do this, we offer several bundles in our program. We thought of having bundles which we could offer to several types of companies. So if you're a small company and you're just starting out, you could go for a bundle of a few apps and build your business accordingly. Now, so we have a medium bundle, we have a large bundle, we even go beyond that. So we have companies who are building a lot of apps per year, and we also have special pricing for that. So no matter how big or small you are, there is always a bundle which fits your needs. Now, as you can imagine, just as a website, an app can come in many different shapes and sizes. So one of the questions that I often hear is well, what can I charge for an app? And that question is very difficult to answer, because you can have very different types of apps which you could build. You could build very simple basic apps, but you can also build very dynamic and advanced apps. So what you see here is just to give you an idea of what kind of apps are being built on our platform. Some of the apps take a day or to a few days, and other apps take weeks, sometimes even months to develop. Now, if you look a little bit deeper into the business model, then this is the business model that most of our resellers are using in some form or another. Now basically what happens is when you get an assignment, if you get a customer who wants to have an app from you, they usually charge a setup fee, an initial setup fee, and this setup fee can be variable. I mean, it's also according to the services that you are offering. So if you're offering design services, or if you're offering content services, content delivery, it depends a bit exactly how large the amounts are here. But usually I would say it's around $1,000 to $1,500 which is being charged in order to build the app. And for that amount, your customer gets a complete app, right? And a complete app on all different platforms. Now, in addition to that, once you have built the app and the app is published on the different app stores, you will be able to charge your customer a monthly maintenance fee. The maintenance fee is important because, well, of course, all the different mobile technology, they are changing at a very rapid pace. So that means that your app has to remain compatible as well. So you don't have to worry about that, because AppMachine does that for you. But this is the reason that you will have to have some sort of a monthly fee. Now, what's very important about the model here is that, of course, these are just the basics. So you have a setup fee, you have a subscription fee, and then that leads to a sale and to the model. But of course, you as a company are selling a lot of additional services. I was just talking about design services or text services. It can be anything. So this model is mainly used as a basis. I mean, we have companies who are having content contracts with their customers where they sell for like 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours of managing content per month. And you could also add that to this model. Now, I can imagine that if you have customers who are already approaching you to build mobile solutions, it would be a different scenario. But a lot of times your customers will also ask you, okay, but what are the main advantages of being mobile? And of course, with that, you have to remember that with mobile, you get a completely new marketing communication channel, which goes directly to the users. So for example, if you're organizing an event, you can communicate directly with them in terms of what to do at the event, or if you want to have specific time during the day which you want your users to attend to, you can communicate with them. And also, of course, all the modern phones have GPS available. So with GPS, with the geo-based locational services on your phone, you can guide them to specific locations. For example, your store, or for example, your business. So it brings a lot of features that are not available in traditional websites, among others. Now, there are a lot of platforms on the market these days, and of course there are always similarities, but there are also a lot of differences. And when talking to resellers, one of the most important difference is the user experience. So we've put a lot of time and effort in guiding you as the user to the complex process that app building can be. And we do that with blocks, and I'll show you in a minute in our demo. But so the user experience is one of the main reasons, or one of the more important reasons that we have on the platform to guide you to the process, among others, of course. And also the quality of the app. So if you look at an AppMachine app, and we're going to look at a few in a moment, you will notice that you can, of course, go from very basic to very complex, professional-looking apps. Which are looking great. So how do you do that? It's all online. We have a website where you can go to. On the website, we allow you to change basically every aspect of the app. We have a previewer available in the stores, which you can download on your phone. So you can preview your app already on your phone before it's even in the app stores. We also have a non-branded previewer in the store, which you can give to your clients. Because seeing is believing. So you can go to your clients and say, look, this is the app I had in mind for you. Just go ahead and click through it, have a look, and see if it's to your liking. So how do you do it? We offer you a lot of functionality in pre-configured blocks. So these blocks range from very different categories, such as social categories, so social feeds like Facebook or Twitter. It can be photos or other media from online sources. I already mentioned the location-based services. You have a lot of possibilities with those. You can bring in calendars and events. And of course, you are completely free to design and pick a current template for your app. Now, you don't have to worry that all the apps will look the same, because with the design functionalities that we offer you, you can make sure that every app will be unique. And this is also where you come in as a reseller. I mean, if you have designers in-house, you can even bring it to another level and make really stunning designs. Finally, we also offer you a pro functionality. With a pro functionality, you take it even one step further. So we, for example, we allow you to bring in your own data. So that can be as simple as bringing in an Excel sheet, but it can also be more advanced as bringing in your own web services. Of course, you can use existing web services on the web, but you can also use your own. And what you can do with that is just connect your app to your own database backend and have them communicate with each other. Now, when you're done building, we publish the app for you to the different stores. So you have one central location where you configure your app. You do that once, and after you're done, we make sure that it gets published to all the different stores. Now, by default, we will publish them to all 3 stores unless you decide otherwise. After you publish the app, of course, you want to know how you're doing. So we have statistics available which show you details about the usage of the app in many different forms. We have a reseller program, and the great thing about the reseller program is that all the technology we have is there for you to white label, which means that you can build your app on our platform, and once you're done, you have the ability to guide your client to a specific CMS, the reseller CMS, and where they can change the app. They won't get all the functionality that you're having, because a lot of the times they will only add blocks or unintentionally break the design. So what they can do is change their app and maintain their app. So every time they need new functionality, they will go to you, and you will do that for them. But every time they will need to change a text or a photo or event data, they can do that themselves, and it will all be branded under your name. For that, we have a white label CMS, which you see here, and in the white label CMS, you will be able to bring in your own logo and change your own colors, which can allow you to tailor it more to have the same experience as the one your company has. So that's a lot of information. I'll keep that to you to digest all the words I just spoke. I'm going to give a demo. So at first, here you see our application. This is the designer, design.appmachine.com, and we will require you to log in. And once you log in, you will see an overview of all the apps that you already created. Now, I am logging in as a reseller, and what I can do here is start building an app. Now I'm going to build an app because it's almost summer. A lot of people are traveling, so I'm going to build an app of the city of Barcelona. I can put in a URL here, and what we will do with that URL is we will start looking on the internet for existing information. And that is great because that will give you a head start. So you can skip this process and start from scratch, but if you want to see what's already available and already want to include some of that functionality inside of your app, this is a great way to start. So as you can see, we found several components here. We found some social feeds, we found some video feeds, and basically if you think, well, this is about it, you can just go ahead and skip. Now we found already a link to Facebook, a Facebook account. Let's include that. We have found a Twitter account. We're going to include that as well. This one as well. We found 2 feeds, and this doesn't sound like Barcelona, and this could be. So let's do this one. And of course, afterwards, you can also add your own or very specific channels. This screen is something that you maybe recognize from the previous sheets. We allow you to choose one of the templates that we have available for you. We have a lot, as you can see, but let's go for this one. And of course, also for this, it means that afterwards you can change basically every aspect. Now, as you can see on the right, I have a preview of the app. And this is also great because this allows you to work and simultaneously see what you're doing and what you're changing. And here on the left side, you see that we have the blocks, which I was referring to earlier. Now, if I'm going to click here on Twitter, and as you can see here in the middle, the screen changes and shows me all the information which is available for the Twitter block over here. And this is great. It's already implemented here, as you can see, the whole Twitter stream. And this is a great start. And of course, it's only the beginning. Now, I can imagine that you think, well, I mean, these icons are in the middle. I'm not sure if that's the best place. So you can change that, obviously. So you can go to menu, and you see a lot of options here For example, the background image, you see the background image here, let's change that to something more Barcelona. So let's search for an image. As you can see, I have different options here. I can upload my own images, or I can use the default images or the images that we found during the first scan. But let's search on the internet for now. And let's see, this is obviously the football club, but this looks nice. We have some tools here. So if you are looking on the internet and you want to use images like these, we allow you to change them here. Of course, you can do that as well on your own machines and upload them afterwards. And there you go. We have a new background. Now, this is a bit too yellow for my taste. So what you could do is change the shading of the images just to give you an idea of all the possibilities that we have here. And for that, I'm going to change the gradient. So let's put the gradient bit to the bottom here and change the overlay color to something more dark, like blackish, and set the transparency level to like 75. And as you can see, immediately the screen changes, allowing you to see, all right, this is going to work, and hit save. Now, the icons are still in the middle, which we don't like, so we want them to be in the bottom. So let's move them here, and this is better. And you can also change the screen layout. So for example, if you say I want 2 columns instead of 4, there you go, you have 2 columns. You can even resize the icons, make them a little bit smaller, and also make the outlines a little bit smaller, as you can see. So it offers a great range of possibilities here, and gives you complete control about the layout of your app. Now, of course, we did a crawl, and we started out with a few blocks, but now we want to add more blocks, obviously. So we have a block adding wizard, and as you can see, we have a lot of blocks here available. We have different categories: plus blocks, the pro blocks, which are the development blocks, which I'm going to show you in a bit. And as a reseller, we also allow you to already use some of our beta functionality. And these are blocks which are pending release but are still in beta for resellers to have a look at and perhaps even improve. So let's add a block. Let's add a basic contact block. All you have to do is add the block. You could say I'm going to add a block like AppMachine, enter the address. We are on the Abe Lenstra Boulevard in the Netherlands. Hit next, and there you go. And now, of course, you can fill in all these information as well. It will immediately display here in a beautiful, in the same look and feel as your app already has been built. So let's add another block. We have, for example, an event block, very important if you're building an app about a city marketing app. Let's do that, and as you can see, we have many different sources. If you already have events somewhere on the internet, you probably can bring them in with one of the connectors we already have here, and if you don't, you can put them in yourself through our CMS. For now, I'm going to use Facebook, and let's do something like Barcelona nightlife. Should be fun. Here you go, Barcelona nightlife. I'm going to pick that one, and we just call it events and hit finish. Now, do is we'll connect to Facebook, and it will already pull in all the events which already are in there. And I'm going to show you in a minute once it refreshes. Give it a few seconds. All right, so I'm just going to try again. Sorry about that. Let's do that again. Go to events and go to Facebook. Here, go for the nightlife, I believe it was. Yes, thank you. Nightlife and events. And there you go. And as you can see, we have a lot of events already in here. So let's go for the, this looks great. Yeah, here you go. And this is also partly the functionality which we discussed, like the GPS functionality. So you have a button here already which says route. So if you're in the city and you think, well, this is a nice event, I want to go to this, you can click the route button, and it will guide you to location. So a lot of possibilities, as you can imagine. So once you're done, you can and you're ready to publish. You can go to publish, and what we will ask you is to fill in your information for the different app stores. Now, you might know, but every app store requires you to have a development certificate. So you have to go to Apple and you have to go to Google and buy an account from them. And once you've done that, you have to fill it in over here. And also for every app, you have to, Apple, for example, requires you to fill in specific information about the app and the categories which the app belongs to. Also, very important, they will ask you for screenshots. Now, as AppMachine, we have dozens of mobile phones and devices here, but I can imagine you don't. And you don't have an iPhone and an Android and a Windows phone. It doesn't matter. If you don't have them, we will make them for you. So AppMachine has been made to completely take all the difficulties and all the technical issues that you will encounter out of your hands, and we will take care of it for you. So that means you can just leave them empty, and we will make sure they get filled. Of course, that doesn't apply to some of the information which you do have to fill in. After you have published your app, of course you want to promote it. We give you some promotional tools, one of them being an app site. We will generate an app site for you once you're done. And now this being a new app and it's still empty, I didn't make any screenshots yet, so it doesn't make sense to show you this one, but I'll show you one that's already been generated. This is an app which is also being featured on our website. It's called Palestine on a Plate. The great thing about this is that if you go to this page on a mobile phone, it will redirect you automatically to the store belonging to your phone. So basically, if you open it on an Android, it will guide you to the Google Play Store and let you install the app. And of course, here you can see the screenshots and also, for example, look at the Windows Phone. And this is also very important because, as you can see, you configure it once on the AppMachine platform, and here you see the native iOS look and feel. But if you're on a Windows Phone, that doesn't make sense because the whole user experience is different and the app changes accordingly. Very important and very beautiful, by the way, this app. Okay, so that's the promotion, and finally, almost finally, the push messages. I mean, the push messages is a very important communication channel for your app. You will be able to send out push messages yourself or your customer if you decide to do that. You can do that immediately, but you can also schedule it for later. Okay, so that's a very powerful feature as well. Soon we will also release additional functionalities like geo push. If you want to know more about that, please log into our platform and have a look. And otherwise, please ask us about them. Now, finally, your app is in the store. Everything is working and running. Your campaign is running, and you want to know how you're doing. So we have statistics available for you. Obviously, I don't have any statistics yet because this app is basically like 15 minutes old. But don't worry, we have demo data just to show you how that will work. Now, so you will have different views here. But I mean, you will know which functionality in your app is being used the most, how many downloads you had, and so forth. Now, if you are a reseller, all this functionality is of course available to you, but this functionality is available to basically everybody. Being a reseller is being special on the platform. And why? Because you will get more tools from us in order to succeed and to publish app under your own business. So for example, we give you the reseller CMS, the white label CMS. And we're going to have a quick look at that. If you go to reseller, and perhaps, yeah, here we are. We have several options here which you can fill in, and eventually, for example, you can change the colors of your white label CMS and some images. But in the end, what it will be is your own website. So what you see here is a URL which belongs to me. For now, I am AppCMS2Go. This is my company. And if I go to that URL, you will see that this is my own custom white labeled CMS. You see my logo here, I have some colors which I changed. Now this CMS is the CMS that I can give to my customer. So for an example of the app that we just made, like the Barcelona app, let's go back to my app, Barcelona here. Now if we go to settings, we have a reseller setting here. And what I can do is I can make this app visible to my clients. So I can say, yes, I want that. Now, that's step one. And step two would be I will have to give my customer access to the app because obviously they don't have an account with AppMachine and they never will. So you are in charge of that. You can bring them in. You can just add a new user. Let's add Arne and then Arne on a demo. This is my email address for now. So you have to fill that in. You give them a password. Just fill it in. I'll just copy this because I'm not going to remember. And also important, you can assign them different roles. So we have 4 roles currently. Of course, you want them to see the analytics. You give them the role, analytics, change the blocks and change the content of the blocks, content, and the push messages. Let's do that for now and hit finish. Now basically that is it. So if I go back to my reseller CMS, I'm going to call my customer and I'm going to say, look, your app Barcelona is done. You just have to log in. Your app name is Barcelona. Your app username is this, and this is your password. And go ahead and have a look. And what it will do is it will open up the CMS and show all the available blocks which are available for the customer to change. Now, as you can see, I have 2 blocks in here. So if I go to contact, I can change contact. I can say, well, I'm not AppMachine. I am App CMS to go, remember? And hit save. So this is content and maintenance of the app that your customer will be able to do themselves. Perhaps you also notice that they don't see all the blocks, and this is because some of the blocks don't make sense to be being changed by a customer. Not all the blocks can be changed by a customer because sometimes that would break the functionality of the app. Of course, well, they have analytics. It will look a bit different than the analytics on the AppMachine platform, but basically it will show the same data, obviously. And here the push message is very important. They can do the same. If you give them the rights, they can send out new push messages or schedule them for later. Now, let's go back to my platform here. So now we have built a very basic app. As you can see, I mean, we have 4 blocks, and it's a beginning. And I want to show you a few demo apps of what you can achieve if you put a little bit more time in it than 50 minutes that I just did. Because you can build really amazing apps. We have demos available on the platform. You can find them here on demos. And we have a few, well, we have a lot of demo apps, but I'm only going to show you a few. For example, we have this car dealer app. You can make very beautiful apps with this. For example, look at this image menu. It's beautiful. You can have the different series of this car and use it as a menu. But also you can bring in your catalog. And this catalog which you are seeing is coming directly from an external website. And if you say, well, look, this is all nice. Let me check this car. You can see all the information coming directly from the website of this car, and it's beautifully designed. And how we do this is we allow you to bring in, it's a pro feature, we allow you to bring in your own block and write your own source code. This is especially important if you have a designer in-house who's used to making websites. Because if you have a designer and he's used to working with CMS and HTML5, you can do stuff like this. For example, you can go to show more options and even bring in external files like a PDF file, which makes it a complete experience. We have other examples. Obviously, for example, this hospital. Now, this is a hospital app, and its main use is to inform the visitors of the hospital. So, for example, if you go to this one, You can say, let me see who's working in the hospital, who are the doctors, and you can click on them. You can even make an appointment by calling them. You can click on their photograph so you know who you're going to meet today if you have to meet them. Of course, we have different animations. You can slide through it. It's beautiful. Now, and it's also simple. I mean, this is a very simple app, very easy to do, but also very simple to create. And the last one I want to show you is a travel app, which is being used also a lot on our platform. And this is mainly the nicest, the crown jewel of this presentation, and I'll show you why. So this is an app which is used for tourists, and then they go to some country, and believe it or not, in this case it's India. And as you can see, there are a lot of different places they can visit. And for example, if I was to click this one, and now what you see is a screen which consists of very different sources. For example, you can see the weather here, and it's being pulled from an external weather website. But you can also see the reviews of this botanical garden. So you can click on reviews, and it will go to an external website where it can hold all the external user reviews within your app. And you will stay within your app, and also the means of transportation. So this is an example how you combine multiple web services into one application. Now the beauty about this, I don't know if you know the website, 500 pixels, but we also connected this to the 500 pixels website, and what you get now is based on the geographical location of the botanical garden, you will get a live stream of pictures from 500 pixels. And this is great because this will change. I mean, when the website on the 500 pixel changes, your application changes with it. It's really beautiful and really, really powerful. Of course, as you can see, these blocks are the green blocks, which means that these are pro blocks. And we started with a basic block with the yellow blocks, and we went on to the pro functionality. And that's to show you that you can start out with a very basic app, but simply but beautiful, and go to very complex and advanced apps, and it's all up to you. So this concludes my part of the demo. I'm quickly going to switch back to my slides here. Let me go to the next one. Yes. Now I can imagine I have given you a lot of information in this presentation. We have a reseller network which we have been working on the past 2 years. And we have a lot of companies building apps with us, and what we do is sometimes we call them and we interview them, and we ask them about their business and their business model, and how do they go about selling apps in their network, and how do their customers respond, and what's their response to that, and which technologies are they using from AppMachine in order to succeed. It's very interesting. I would advise you to go to our blog, appmachine.com/blog. We have case studies on there, and we are adding more and more all the time. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and read from other resellers how they're doing on the platform. Well, here you have it. I promised you an offer, a special offer for all you guys who made the effort to attend this webinar today. I have the opportunity to offer you this 50% discount on the first 3 months. So if you decide, look, this looks great, I think I can do business with AppMachine. I can use the technology to strengthen my own position as a company. Please do so. We will give you a 50% discount on the first 3 months on our platform. In addition to that, we also help you when you get stuck. So especially with the first app, if you have a first app, you're building it, but you get stuck with the design, or you get stuck with technology, or whatever, just give us a call and we can help you. We offer you a few hours of free consultancy as well. This offer, however, is limited. It's available until next week, Friday the next week, so it's the 26th of June. And if you want to make use of this, please go to design.appmachine.com/resellerclub. You find the link below. Now, I have also some additional links for you. If you are watching this webinar as a recorded video, and if you're watching the slides, I mean the slides will also be available. Here are some links. How to sign up, but also our support center, I highly recommend that. We have specific reseller support documentation available. And I added the link as well for the blog. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. This is my contact page. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. I'm available on Skype or on LinkedIn. My email address is here. So thanks again for your attention. This concludes my presentation, and I'm ready to take questions.
Okay, great. Thanks, Arne. That was very informative and very useful to a lot of our resellers. In fact, I'm sure quite a lot of their questions got answered during the course of the demonstration as well as the presentation. We have had a stream of questions come in through the questions panel on the webinar. So I'm just going to kick off with the first one, which was from Rick. So he would like you to elaborate on Native Plus and Pro, the different plans that AppMachine has.
Yes. Okay. So so we have we have a difference in Plus and Pro, and the main difference is that with the Pro features, I will show you a link on our website as well. If you go to appmachine.com, you'll find it here. So the main difference is the ability to work with external data. That's a Pro feature. So if you think, all right, I have a web service which I want to integrate into the app, or I have an Excel sheet because I'm working with data, you would need the Pro apps. Also, if you want to do stuff like designing your own screen, like we saw on the tourist app, but also on the car app, that's also a Pro feature. Mind you, I mean, the Plus version basically holds everything you need to build a beautiful app, and the Pro version is intended for those who want to take it even a step further. But if you would have to summarize, the Pro version enables you to extend the functionality which we already offer you in the yellow blocks. So once again, you can see here if you add a block. I will go back to my Barcelona app. If you add a block, you will see in our wizard that we have a lot of yellow blocks. This is all included in the Plus. Then we have some additional blocks available here, and then the Pro blocks will be green. Now, one important thing that I didn't mention, but we also allow you to bring in, for example, your own JavaScript blocks. That means if you have an application written in JavaScript, you can bring it in. And that's also really powerful. I mean, we have companies using that for loyalty features, which extend the functionality that we made. And this is also how you use the Pro. I mean, we have a lot of blocks which offer you a lot of functionality, but it's also a bit limited because everything has already been done. And if you want to take that one step further, you can bring it in yourself, and then you would use the Pro features. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I'm sure that did. So one other question was probably something that I should field. The question was, can we resell it to our customer? Well, since you're talking as a Reseller Club reseller, the answer is yes. But in this case, what you would be selling to your customer would be a mobile app, and you would be designing the app on behalf of your customer.
Yes.
So it's technically not just reselling, it's reselling the app which you've built for him. The idea is
Yes.
similar to a web designer, a website developer. In this case, you are an app developer. Arne, you can add anything in case you feel that's...
Yeah. Yes, Kartik, I think you explained that perfectly, and it is a bit it's a bit about this sheet. So if you look at the AppMachine product, it not only so it allows you to be an app developer without being technical. And one important function of the business model is that you are adding additional services to that functionality. So it's exactly what you say. It's not an affiliation platform. It's a platform which allows you to utilize on your own offerings and your own services and use our platform to expand on your portfolio of services.
Right. So the next question is from one Mr. Mehdi Iraqi. The question is, what happens if a customer cancels his membership fee, and what happens to their apps?
Okay. So if a customer cancels the membership fee, then basically your app subscriptions and the reseller feature are all bundled in one price. So the pricing that I presented earlier, this pricing, it holds all the functionality. So if you cancel, eventually we will, of course, we will end your resellership, and the apps will also stop functioning initially, and in the end we will take them out of the stores. Now theoretically, if you want to stop your reseller membership but you want to continue your apps, that's also possible. And what you do then is you buy an individual app subscription. That's also possible. Please note that then if you do that the white labeling functions will not function anymore. So you can't use the white label CMS anymore, and also the white labeling from the apps will be removed. So it's possible, of course, and it's a choice you can make. So we give you a choice there.
Great. So the other question was, can we build apps with functions like flashlight, currency converter, and compass? This person, Anas Takriti, says he has customers who would like to integrate these functions in their mobile apps. Is that possible with app?
Okay, so it depends. So we have specific blocks which utilize some of the native function of the phone. For example, of course, the calling, but also the GPS and also the camera. But not all functions, and some of those functions perhaps could be utilized by using JavaScript. But I would advise you, if you really would want to know, please contact our tech support, and we can find out with you if that would be possible.
Right. So there were 3 or 4 questions which centered around, is the CMS multilingual and is it easy to answer, add languages? We had one person who was asking us about Spanish, another who was asking us about whether you had scripts which write from the right to left, the Persian or
Okay.
Arabic scripts.
Yes. Okay. So these are a few questions in one. So I'll try to answer them all. So is the platform multilingual? Yes, it is. Do we support Spanish? Yes, we do. So if you log in, I mean, you can create an account and you can see the languages which we support. I believe currently it's around 6 or 7. Now it's also possible to add languages. If you are coming from a country and you would want your language to be added, please contact me, because that's possible. We've done that a few times before. Now about the right to left, we don't support right to left in the interface. So we do support it in the apps. So we do have a fair amount of apps who are already using that, but our platform, so the designer will not support that. It currently does not. And I'm not sure, but I think I answered all the questions. If not, please remind me.
No, I think that covered pretty much all of it.
Yes.
So the next question was, so you demonstrated scanning a website as one of the first steps when you start out to build an app, right?
Yes.
The question was, how does the data get picked up from the website, and does it change dynamically?
So it depends how you configure that. I mean, so what we do initially, so the crawling that you saw is what we do is we have this algorithm who goes searching on the internet for all the information, and it stores it locally in your app. So in the CMS, so not physically in your app, but in the CMS. So if you're building an app, you will have all that data. Now, will it change dynamically? That depends. I mean, so that can be the matter. So if you bring in a YouTube blog, or if you bring in an RSS blog, or if you bring in any blog that connects to an external source, yes, that will change, because every time that the feed changes, the blog will also change with it. But of course, I mean, obviously, if you bring in a background image and you change that image, then your app will not change, because it will become a part of the app, if that makes sense. So when you bring in an image and put it in your app, it will remain there until you change it. But to give you an answer on the question, it depends how you configure that. So it is possible to have something dynamically changed. I mean, the pictures that you just saw from like the botanical garden, that can come from a feed, and if the feed changes, then the pictures will change as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, can we get a trial account to try? The answer to which is yes, but I'll let Arne complete my answer.
Yeah, for sure. You can get a trial account. Basically, you can create an account. We have a landing page also on the Reseller Club. You can go to there, and from there you can go create an account. We even have an offer which allow you to white label one app for free if you want to do that. So what's included? You can go to our designer. You can create an app, and it will all be free. You can work as long as you want on that app, and you can even publish it. Now, if you want to publish it, we will charge you a small fee, monthly or yearly, whatever you decide, but we will give you white labeling, which is a value of around $300 per app. We will give to you that for free as well. So yes, please feel free to open an account and start building.
Great. And like you mentioned that there is an offer on free white labeling for the very first app. There was a question where
Yes.
John wanted to know if there was discounts on white label, so that was the answer. So the next
Yes.
question was, is it possible to integrate with payment gateways?
Sorry, can you repeat? I didn't get that.
So the question was, is it possible to integrate an app built through AppMachine with payment gateways?
With payment gateways. So currently we have one block which supports PayPal, and that means that you can bring in a specific, we have a cart which you can fill with products, and then you can integrate that with PayPal, and it will lead to a PayPal account. Currently, it's not possible to integrate with different platforms. However, if you feel that one is missing, please let us know, and we can do a review if that would be possible. But it's not something that you could do on the fly.
Okay. Next question also has something to do with the branding and the white labeling. Will the AppMachine logo be visible on every app, or can I, as a reseller, change it to my logo?
So if you become a reseller, then all the AppMachine branding in the app will disappear. And that means that you can change that with your own logo, or it will just be empty. Because the white labeling means that we will allow you to market the product as being your own. Now, so yes, the white labeling will be removing all AppMachine logos from your app, and also the white label CMS. We made a great effort to have the white label CMS really be a white label CMS. That means that you won't find any links to AppMachine, not even in the source code of it. I mean, or where you want to look. It's really we've made an effort to make that invisible.
That's perfect. In fact, it goes with everything that Reseller Club does too, because we are also a completely white label platform. Uh,
Yes.
The next question, can I upgrade to a pro bundle at any time?
Yes, you can.
Of
Yeah,
course.
so yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see. There are quite a few questions that we have been answering by typing them in. So, okay. One last question. Is there a one-time cost package?
Um, no, unfortunately, we don't have a one-time cost package, and the reason for that is that it's very difficult to predict all the technology changes that all the different platforms will integrate. For example, a few years ago, I don't know if you remember, but Apple changed their map applications, which meant that basically all the apps who were using the GPS functionality needed an update. And that means that it will be a continuously updated platform. We will continuously work on changing all the technologies and also adding new technologies when they arise, which are also, it's also something that is, of course, a process which is ever going. So because of that, no, we don't have a one-time fee structure. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that makes sense. But even as a reseller, I think it's more beneficial for you as a reseller to continue levying a maintenance charge on the app, because I'm sure there's going to be incremental content, there's going to be development, more
For
maintenance
sure.
work that you will be taking. So it's only
Yeah,
right that you also profit from it, right?
exactly, exactly.
Okay. Uh, so I think that is about it. If you guys have any further questions, please feel free to write back to us. You can reply to us on the webinar email, the one on which you received your webinar invites. And yeah, thanks again, Arnie, and the entire App Machine team for working on this.
Yes,
We think
you're
we have
very
a brilliant
welcome. Thanks
product
for
in hand.
having me.
Yep,
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. And please feel free to contact me. My contact details are in the sheet. And looking forward to meet you.
Okay, then. Thanks. Goodbye. Have a great day, everyone.
Goodbye.